Very well, thank you, Jeremy. Yourself?
Very good, thank you. How bad is the Fullkrug injury?
Yeah, it's fair to say it's a significant one. Anybody that's watching the game, when a player pulls up like that, you know that something fairly serious has happened. So it's still early in terms of full diagnosis, I would suggest, but nevertheless a significant one, a number of weeks.
Months?
Number of weeks probably adds up to months, yes. Yeah, I would say that.
What about Summerville? He obviously came off at half-time. Is that precautionary or going to play tomorrow?
Yeah, it's a minor one with him. It's probably a little bit more than precautionary. He felt something after about 35 minutes and finished his first half, but probably not at 100%. It's touch and go, but probably erring towards the negative at the moment, but we'll see.
And any better news with Todibo and Emerson?
Emerson's made good progress. He's been training today and yesterday. Todibo's just still with the physio. Mavropanos, no problem. He's trained the last 2 days, so that's good.
With the Fullkrug news, does it mean that now getting a striker this month is imperative?
Well, I wouldn't say imperative. Obviously, with the situation with Mick as well, there's certainly a logical rationale to do something. But again, it's not quite as simple as that. So I wouldn't want to make the wrong decision or do something for the sake of it, just because there's a need, especially at this in this window, which is very complicated. But we've got some attacking options, and there's players coming back as well. So my focus at the moment is on the team and on how to get the team functioning as well as possible, and with a view to being competitive and trying to win against Fulham.
And you played Kudus in a more central role on Friday. He has played as a striker before with Ajax and previously here. Is he actually an answer that's under your nose?
Well, exactly. And I think sometimes in these situations you have to be creative. You have to look at the attacking players you have and what their attributes are and use them accordingly. So Mo's got the capability to do that. It's an option for us. We've got other options. Lucas can play there. Obviously Danny. So it won't be as the traditional centre forward, but it's certainly an attacking option with high quality.
Yeah, and Danny becomes a really important player now, doesn't he? 32 years old. One Premier League start this season and only one goal. Is he up for the challenge, you think?
Well, I think he's always been an important player in my eyes. Every player is important, and he's played a role here for sure. He'll step up. He had a big game against Aston Villa, coming in and playing as long as he did. So there's lots of things to consider in terms of selection for Tuesday. We just need to make sure the team is organised, competitive, and ready to play against a team that's performing well under Marco Silva. Yeah,
and you've had your third training session with him this morning. What are you thinking, having worked with him now a bit more?
The same as what I felt after and previous to Aston Villa. The response has been really good. The approach has been top. Attitude has been really good. Open-minded to ideas. Enthusiastic to try to connect with each other. I think we all recognise it's been a tough period for everybody, and we want to focus on being a team. You guys want to speak about individuals, I understand that, but for us it's about a team, and I think the boys have understood that and are on board with it.
You're being linked obviously with a number of players in the window. I know you won't talk names, but Evan Ferguson is a striker.
But you're going to ask me names.
And he's not played much. Could he fit the bill for you?
Well, again, he's a player that's not a West Ham player, and until he's a West Ham player, I won't speak about anybody. We've got enough good players here, and they're my focus at the moment. Jeremy, nice try though.
And that applies to Dewsbury Hall as well.
It does.
Just finally, it's your first home game at the London Stadium. How much are you looking forward to this?
Really, really excited. I mean, the fans at Villa Park, I thought, were brilliant. The support there was incredible. The way they got behind the team, the way they supported Ollie Scarles was something really nice. I have no doubt about our supporters, that's for sure, and it's going to be a really exciting and a proud evening for me.
Great stuff, thanks.
Charlie, PLP.
Graham, welcome
to well done.
Thank you.
You mentioned it being your first home game in charge tomorrow night. I mean, what kind of a reception are you hoping to get? And how important is that first home game when you are a manager to show the fans, your ideas on the pitch and what the players can do?
Well, I think the most important thing is the fans get behind the team. As I said, I have no doubts about them. They've always been incredibly loyal and behind the team as an away manager. It's a tough place to come. So we need that connection with the supporters and the team, and that's something for us to help with. We have to put a team on the pitch that the supporters can identify with, that believe in, that trust. That connection is so important. We're at the early stages of it, and obviously we hope that the performance is good, the result is good, and that brings everybody along with us. There's nothing better than winning football matches to create belief and trust. So that's what we're trying to do.
You briefly mentioned Fulham. I mean, what have you made of the work that Marcus Silva's done?
Yeah, I think he's done a fantastic job from promotion from the Championship into the Premier League, and then developing the team, developing the club. I think he's a good example again of, they've had key players move on, Mitrovic and Paulinho, but because they've got a strong team, because they've got an idea of what they're doing, they can deal with that, and I think that's a good example for everybody. So I think he's done a fantastic job.
And finally, for me, I mean, where do you think their threats will come from tomorrow night?
Well, they've got lots of options. I mean, they cross the ball really well. They get down the left side really well with Robinson, and Iwobi's having a really fine season. Centre forward in the box is dangerous. They can build up really well. So they're you can see where the table is. You can see the points they've got. They've got good options. As I said, they attack and defend really well as a team. But for us, we were looking forward to the game. We want to get out there in front of our supporters and be positive and try to take the points.
Moose, a couple from you, please.
Hi, Graham, how are you?
Very well, thank you. Yourself?
Yeah, good, surviving. What matters most tomorrow night, points or the performance?
Well, I'm greedy, so I say both. But at the end of the day, we're here to get results and points. And as I said, I think our supporters know where we're at in our journey. If I could take anything, I'd take the points. But I always want to concentrate on the performance as well. So it's a double bit.
If you can only have one, you'd rather win ugly than play well and lose.
Well, again, the coach in me doesn't like to hear that, because in the end, the performance over time gets you the results. It's about how you act and how you perform over time gets you the results. But we all know the game. We all know how the situation is. Points are helpful because it just buys you that time. It buys you that breathing space. It keeps the wolves from the door. Not that I'm calling you a wolf at all, but so both is the answer. If you can give me both, that'd be good.
You mentioned Ollie Scarles just now about how well he did on Friday. That's important, this club, bringing through young players from the academy and produced so many down the years. Do you see that as part of your brief? Maybe not this season necessarily, but going forward as well?
I think it's a central part to this club, as I see it. The academy here has done some fantastic work. Won the FA Youth Cup recently, suggesting that there's some good players, there's some good staff, there's some good people. And I think our supporters like to see players from the academy in their first team, pushing for that. I think it can help us in terms of how we identify players, how we think about recruitment. I think the start point should always be, what have we here? What have we in the academy? And I think as a result of that, I'm really looking forward to the relationship with Mark Noble, with Mark Robson, with the people here, to be able to say, okay, let's work together. Let's try and have the foundation of the club going forward as that.
Last one, if I may, very quickly, on, as you mentioned, recruitment. One player who isn't yours, so I don't know what you might say about him, but one who is.
Nothing.
Okay. Marcus Rashford maybe has been linked with the move here?
Okay.
Okay, fine. James Ward-Prowse, any thoughts on bringing him back from a loan? Can you bring him back from his loan at Forest?
Not hardly. Again, he's a Nottingham Forest player at the moment, contractually in terms of loan, so nothing to report on that.
Okay, if we could turn the cameras off then, and we'll move.